Guys, what's up? It's been a hot second, but the great news is tomorrow is our first camping trip of the 2021 season. We spent the past couple days starting to get ready. We have most of our work to do today and tomorrow, but I thought I'd grab the camera and kind of take you along with us and show the process of packing up the camper for the first trip of the season. I did get the ball rolling yesterday by doing a little bit of cleaning around the camper, which is much easier to do before it's all packed up. Doing all of the laundry for the linens that live inside the camper. Doing the dishes for all the camper cookware, utensils, all that good stuff. And finally loading in some of the bigger stuff. So like the camping chairs, the dog beds, the patio mat, and just like the outside living area things. We have some more stuff to take care of today. Today's mission, if we choose to accept it, and we have to because we don't really have a choice, is one, we need to pick what we're gonna eat all weekend, which should take roughly 2 hours, go grocery shopping, get a couple odds and ends from the store, stuff like tablecloths, paper towels, cleaning supplies, stuff that I need to just kind of restock the camper, and continue to load this thing up. Frank, on the other hand, needs to check the tire pressure and do a couple things, so we have a lot to do. So we should just get started. All right, so after some deliberations, the results are in. We do have our grocery list. So we have some necessities that we need first, and then we'll go get the groceries. So let's head into Walmart. All right, stop 2. A few quick tips on filling your RV fridge. First off, if your fridge is the electric propane kind, make sure you turn that baby on 24 hours in advance. That'll give it more than enough time to cool down and get to that sweet spot. Second, pre-chill your food and drinks. Make sure they're as cold as can be before loading them into the RV fridge. All right, I'm all done picking up the groceries. Everything's unloaded, put in the fridge, all that. Frank is gonna go hook up the camper, and I am gonna go hook us up with some pizzas.
All right, we're getting those jacks up. We're getting ready to go. Getting that ball hitch set up. You want to back up. Luckily, I have a backup camera. Makes it a lot easier there. You want to get these stabilization bars on, which is pretty easy to do. A little tip, as you raise your travel trailer up, your tongue jack, it takes off the tension, making it a lot easier to get that on. So you definitely want to do that. After you secure the first one and get that moving, you want to move on, obviously, to the second one, which we're about to do. Get that one in, then you're going to want to get your power connected, get your safety chains on, which you can see, and then there's a release safety line for the brakes. Get those off the tires, and we're ready to move.
So another thing on my to-do list for today that I forgot to mention earlier was to create the dog's little passports. So in this, I have their vet records, their microchip information, and their dog licenses all printed out ready to go. We go to check into a place. I take this with me in case they ask for it to see if our dogs are up to date on their shots or just to have some sort of record. In PA, you do have to have your dog licensed, so it's important to carry this around with you. And on that note, it was time to get some pizza and call it a night. So we got a lot done yesterday, but we still have a lot to do today. So basically, my mission for today is I have to take everything from inside the house to out into the camper. And that includes all the food, all the linens, everything I said I was gonna move into the camper yesterday and I didn't. I have to do today. The food was always gonna wait until today because I like to pre-chill it in our residential refrigerator overnight, that and the drinks. And then too, to like get the food ready, I will like move some of the stuff into smaller containers so it fits into the fridge better, get the dog stuff all sorted out, get Frank's car ready to go. And yeah, so let's get going because it's already 9:30 and we need to leave by 3. So yeah. First thing first, I'm gonna grab my 2 best helpers and we're gonna pack up the dog's food for the weekend. So my biggest tip when packing up the dog's food or any food in general is to always pack more than you think you're going to need. You know, it's better to have more than not enough. This message has been approved by Mac. Meanwhile, Frank was outside checking all of the tire pressure in both the camper tires and the truck tires. All right, we're gonna tackle those linens. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the fitted sheet onto the Murphy bed, and then I'm gonna put the Murphy bed up for transport. Next, I'm gonna take all the other bed linens and fold them up and put them in our linen closet. I normally don't make the bed entirely while we're transporting it because it's just gonna fall into the crack and it's not gonna be made by the time we get there. So I just put on the fitted sheet and make the bed every single night when we pull the Murphy bed down. In addition, at this point, I load in all of the towels too. My number one tip for packing up the camper is use your biggest laundry basket. It makes it so much easier to carry stuff in and out of the house, especially when it's like big and bulky like this. You don't have to take as many trips. It's really good for bringing in food. Love it. Highly recommend the laundry basket. Next, I'm gonna load up the kitchen. Now the nice thing is I only have to really do this at the beginning of the season because once I load these things into the camper, they'll stay there all summer long. And this includes like our coffee maker, all the cups, and all of the cookware that we'll use while we're camping. With the kitchen all stocked and ready to go, then I start bringing in the food, starting with all the dry food and then moving on to everything that gets refrigerated. When loading the fridge, I try to do it as efficiently as possible and try to pack things in a way where the air can move around them and they won't move too much during transport. Then, to guarantee that nothing is going to move while we're pulling the camper, I batten down the hatches. I do this by using tension rods to keep things securely in place in both our pantry and the fridge while we're moving. All right, so time check. It's 1 p.m. and we don't have to leave for another 2 hours, and I think we're pretty good. I have everything packed up in here, Frank's camper all hooked up and ready to go. Tire pressure's checked, we're all connected. All I have to do is bring in this slide, move a couple things around here for, their final transport places, and we're ready to hit the road. So thank you guys for coming along with us as we got ready for our first camping trip of the season. If you're new here and you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Or if you'd love to, we'd love to have you if you want to subscribe, and then you'd be able to come camping with us next week as we take you on our first camping trip of the season at Lake and Wood in Narbonne, PA. That about does it for this video. Thank you guys again. Stay tuned, we have more to come.